Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Encik Muhammad Zahari bin Muhammad Noor, the Headmaster of SK Cyberjaya, Datuk Seri Amli bin Embung, YDP of SK Cyberjaya, the committee members of PIBG, parents from SK Taman Megah, teachers, parents and students of SK Cyberjaya. Today, we are going to have a demonstration for minor English program by our school mentor, which is SK Taman Megah. So, we, the members of SK Cyberjaya, would like to welcome the parents from SK Taman Megah to share the demonstration of minor English program.
Hello and good morning from SK Taman Megah, your sister school. How are you guys doing today? Fine, thank you. So polite. I'm fine, thank you. We are very fine and we're very excited to be here. Now, as your teacher has said, was that your teacher just now? Yeah. What subject does she teach you? English? Cool. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help you mind your English. Mind Your English is a storytelling program for Tahap 1 children in SK Taman Megah. I am one of the team of 10 or 15 parents who work together with the school to tell stories in order to help the kids appreciate storytelling, new English words, literature, and instill a love of reading, right? Before we start every session, we have something that we call the MYE rules. The MYE rules are things that I would like everybody to put in their head and to put in the heart. You can't enjoy when you're talking, you can't enjoy when you're being rude to someone. So let's go to the MYE rules. The first M stands for mind, yes, say? That's right. So what does that mean? It means that when somebody is talking, you don't talk. When somebody is in front here, you don't go and poke your friends. When somebody is doing something you don't understand or you don't like, you don't say, "Hey, stupid!" Not on, right? So you mind your language and manners. What does the Y stand for? Yearn to have fun and learn new things. Yearning means you really want it. Yearning means you want it a lot. So yearn to have fun and learn new things. And the final letter is E, and it stands for... So that means if a chicken runs across the road, are you going to look back and say, "Hey, no, chicken curry for lunch today"? No. Oh, somebody's going to say chicken curry for lunch today, is it? No? Eyes and attention up front right here, okay? So I hope you'll enjoy our little presentation. Everybody you see here on stage with me today, as well as Auntie Anita, who's controlling our computer, our parents. Everybody here has a child in SKTM, either in Standard 1, Standard 6, or Standard in the middle. Our story today is called Around the World in 80 Days. It is a classic book written a long time ago by an author named Jules Verne. He's very famous. His original book was this thick. We have written the story abridged for you to be 5 pages long. I hope you enjoy this adventure. Shall we start? Over 100 years ago, there lived a man named Phineas Fogg. He lived in London, England. Although he was very rich, Phineas lived a very boring life. He ate the same thing every day, he went to the club every day, and he was just bored. One day, he decided he would do something different. He would travel around the world in 80 days.
I will travel the world in 80 days.
Now, in those days, there were no such thing as aeroplanes and helicopters. People who wanted to travel to faraway places had to spend a lot of time on ships, on trains, in order to get to where they wanted to go. All Phineas Fogg's friends said he was crazy. There was no way he could travel around the world in 80 days. Phineas Fogg was sure that he could. He was so sure that he placed a bet of £20,000 with his friends that he would be back in England in 80 days. So with his servant Passepartout, he began his journey by leaving England for France. It so happened, around the time that Phineas Fogg was leaving his country, a robber had stolen money from a bank in England. As it happened, the robber looked like Phineas Fogg. So a policeman named Fix began following Fogg, hoping to arrest him. Fix followed Fogg all around the countries of Europe until they reached India. Fix kept looking for some reason to keep Fogg in one country because he needed to wait for the police in England to send him an arrest warrant. When Fogg and Passepartout were in India, they had great adventures. They had to ride an elephant to get into the jungle because there were no trains. While they were in the jungle, they saw a lovely princess who was going to be killed by some bad men, and they rescued her. The princess named Orda was so grateful that she decided to follow them on their journey. It was also in India that Fix found his chance to make trouble for Phineas Fogg. Because when Passepartout, who did not understand that temples were holy places, refused to take off his shoes before he went into the temple. Because he refused to take off his shoes, the temple priests asked him to leave. Passepartout got angry and fought them off and was thrown into jail. Phineas Fogg had to pay a lot of money, called bail, in order to get Passepartout out of jail so that they could catch their ship to Hong Kong. There were such heavy rains and such strong winds that their ship took much longer to reach Hong Kong because they had to stop in Singapore to shelter from the storm. The travelers thought they would miss their next ship from Hong Kong to Yokohama in Japan, but they managed to arrive in Hong Kong on the same evening that the ship was going to set sail to Japan. Now, Fogg sent Passepartout to buy tickets for the ship's journey to Japan, but policeman Fix pretended to be friends with Passepartout and made him drink too much wine and caused Passepartout to fall asleep. And because Passepartout was drunk and fell asleep, he missed buying the tickets. The ship to Japan sailed without them, and there was not going to be another ship until a week's time. But Fogg found a small ferry to take them to Shanghai in China so that they would be able to catch another big ship to Yokohama in Japan. They sailed so fast that they managed to catch up with a big ship they had missed and so managed to get on board and make it in time to Japan. From Japan, they caught another ship to San Francisco in America without knowing that Fix, the policeman, was still following them. From San Francisco, the group had to travel by train across America. They took the Pacific Railroad, a very luxurious train that had everything on board, even shops and restaurants. When they were on the train, they encountered many things, including a herd of buffalo, which caused their train to be stuck. Everybody make a buffalo noise. Well done. Now the most dangerous thing to happen was the attack by the Red Indians. The Red Indians wanted the train and they did not want it to reach the last station. But Passepartout, who used to be an acrobat, managed to climb under the train and release the train engine from the rest of the cars and drive the engine alone away to safety. Now, Phineas Fogg was very fond of Passepartout and did not want to leave him alone. So he and Princess Auda went to try to rescue Passepartout from the Red Indians. When they finally rescued him, they found that they had missed the train that would take them to New York. Luckily, they came across a man with a lanyard. A lanyard is like a boat, but it moves on ice and snow. It depends on wind blowing into its sail to make it fly across the ground. The lanyard was so fast that it managed to get them to New York. However, the ship that was to have taken them from New York to England had left 45 minutes earlier. There was no other ships scheduled for a trip to England just then. But Phineas Fogg found a small ship who said that they were willing to try to get the travelers to England. Unfortunately, the ship ran out of coal halfway. No coal means the ship could not sail. They were stuck on the ocean, motionless. But clever Phineas Fogg ordered the ship hands to chop down every bit of wood on the ship, from the mast of the ship to the bridge, the cabins, and even the decks. Chop, chop, chop they went. Chop, chop, chop. Every bit of wood was thrown into the fire in order to make the ship go. By the time the ship reached England, only the ship's metal hull was left. They landed in Liverpool, England, with just enough time for Fogg to catch a train to London and win a bet with his friends. But as Fogg stepped off the ship, Fix came forward to arrest him for robbing a bank.
I arrest you in the name of law.
Fogg was thrown into prison, and there was nothing Princess Auda or Passepartout could do.
Nothing to see.
3 hours later, however, Fix came to look for them, looking very ashamed. He explained that he had made a terrible mistake. The real thief had already been arrested. Fogg was free again, but he only had 5.5 hours left to be in London. Fogg paid for a special train, which was faster than usual trains. Sadly, the train arrived in London 10 minutes late, and Fogg lost the bet. Passepartout was upset. Auda was crying, but Fogg quietly brought them home. Locking himself up in his room, Phineas Fogg began adding up all the money he had spent on his travels. It was a lot of money. Fogg was rich, but the travels had taken up most of his money. Fogg went to Princess Auda and apologized to her. He had hoped to help Auda start a new life in London and buy her a house for herself where she could be safe. Now, because he had lost the bet, there was no money. Amazingly though, Princess Auda told Fogg that she had grown to love him as they traveled together. She wanted to marry Fogg, even if he was now a poor man. So Fogg ordered Passepartout to go to the church and book a time for Auda and him to marry, first thing on Monday morning, since it was already Sunday by this time. But the priest told Passepartout that he had gotten the day mixed up. Today was only Saturday. That meant Phineas Fogg was still on time to win his bet. He hurried to see his friends to prove that he had indeed traveled around the world in 80 days. And so Fogg won the £20,000 and was rich again. He married Princess Orla and they lived happily ever after. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne, as told to you by the MYE team from SK Taman Mega. Your actors today, Phineas Fogg, Uncle Gavin Teo. Princess Orla, Dr. Carlyle, President of our PIBG. Passepartout, Karen Kwok, co-founder of Mind Your English. And the Inspector, Fix, Ayn Hassan, Doctor, Lecturer. I am Karen Michaela Tan. This is Anita Thomas. We have Kylie Leong on our video and Haslinda on our phones.
Especially when they were traveling on the ship, right? Oh, before we go there, let's just do a quick rundown. Now, we heard about Phineas Fogg having traveled so far across the globe, and these were all the countries that they've actually been to. They actually started from London, going to Paris in France, and then into Turin in Italy, Sousse in Egypt, Bombay, India, then to Allahabad in India, then to Calcutta, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, China, and then Yokohama, Japan, before coming into San Francisco in the US, New York, America, and then finally back to Liverpool. Now, as I was telling you, we heard some mighty big words, right? So we're going to run through some of the words just to make sure that everyone is just on top of that, to make sure that everyone understood every single word that was in the story. Now, let's start off with some words to do with the ship. Alright? Now, the first word that we're going to be doing, hull. Now, remember when they were on their way and they ran out of coal, and then Phineas Fogg asked everyone to chop all the wood that was on the ship, and by the time they arrived, all was left was the hull. Now, what is the hull? The hull is the body of the ship. As you can see over here, it's the body of the ship, and this ship body is watertight, meaning no water can actually go in, and neither can anything seep out. Next word, the mast. Now, this is going to be a bit tricky. Now, you see a lot of words there, it's like a verbal diarrhea. Now, it is a tall spar, and what is a spar? It's basically a pole that is either made of wood, or metal, or some lightweight carbon. What is lightweight carbon? Sometimes you see all those cyclists riding their racing bicycles across the road. You see those very light bicycles that they're riding? Those are made from carbon fiber, right? Now, it's either a tall spar, can we just move back? Yeah. It's either a tall spar, one spar, or it's either an arrangement of spars that are actually erected vertically. Vertically means upright, okay? On the center part of the boat. What does it mean to be erected? It means to be placed upright. Now, let's go on to the next word. Cabins. Now, who knows what a cabin is in a ship? You over there. You want to shout it out? You think you know what's a cabin? Yeah, you.
You know.
I think you know, it's quite straightforward. What does the picture show you? It's the room, that's right. It's a room in a ship which is used as the living quarters. Guys, let's give him a hand. It's a room in a ship that is used as the living quarters by an officer or a passenger. Now let's try the next word. Let's see if you know that one. Decks. Now, from the side view, what do you think the decks are? It's the permanent coverings over a compartment of a hull of a ship. Basically, whatever that is used to cover things that we normally mistake to be the floor of the ship is actually the roof of another part, right? And those coverings are called the decks. Now let's move on to the next one. The bridge. This one, I'm sure you guys know, you all watch a lot of war movies, huh? this is the room or platform from which the ship can be commanded. Very often, this is where the captain actually hangs out. Final word from my end before I pass it over to Auntie Kay. Ship hands. Now, this one I'm sure all of you knows. Actually know this. What do you think ship hands? Could it be hands that look like ship? No? Are you sure? Could it be hands that actually look like ships? No? So what do you think ship hands are? The crew, that's right, it's the crew. Give yourself a big round of applause, guys. Let's pass it over to Auntie Kay.
Okay, we've got another set of words, alright? And we're gonna play, do you wanna play a word game with us? Okay, let's look at some other big words, alright? Arrest warrant. What do you think an arrest warrant is? What is an arrest warrant, you guys?
Do you know what arrest warrant is? Anybody want to guess? Nak teka tak? Okay, the one in blue, was it? Okay, the blue one, I see blue one.
Don't be shy, okay? We're all gonna have fun.
An arrest warrant is given by the judge to arrest somebody.
Excellent! That's right, that's an arrest warrant. What's an arrest warrant in Malay?
Arrest warrant dalam bahasa Melayu is warrant tangkap. Warrant tangkap. A piece of paper. Kan paper tu, bila dah ada warrant tu, dia kata, I arrest you. So, macam saman lah. Okay, it's like a saman.
What's our next word, Auntie Anita? Bail. What happens when you need to pay bail? Anybody? What's bail? Yes?
It's more like a fine. It's more like a fine. What do you think?
Yes, that's right. A bail is sort of a fine. It's like a surety that if you want someone to get out of jail, you pay money in order to assure that he will not do something naughty again.
Jaminan. Jaminan. Sapalah macam tiket kakak. It's more like jaminan seperti membayar jaminan seseorang itu dalam jail, dalam lokap.
Penjara lah.
Dalam penjara. Dalam lokap, betul lah tu.
Our third word is luxurious. I know you guys know this. Come on, luxurious.
He's got
Oh, an elegant place where fancy people stay. That's right, luxurious. Very full of luxury. Mewah.
mewah.
The word is mewah. Okay. Our next word, grateful.
Grateful.
It's okay. Taunting others is not cool. Let him take his time.
President.
Appreciate. Yes.
Appreciate that kindness.
Very good. Appreciate. It means being grateful means to appreciate things. Anything that is done for you. Well done.
Anda perlu bersyukur. The word is bersyukur. Okay.
Fond. This is an easy word. 4 letters, right? Fond. Who knows what fond means?
Anybody behind there? Oh, there's one behind. Have you got? Okay, can you stand up? Okay. Auntie Iron's feet, legs are not that long enough to walk fast.
To like someone or something.
Excellent! To like someone or something, and as our friend in here says, to have a connection with someone. When you are fond of someone, like the MYE team are fond of each other, we have affection for, love for, respect for.
Perasaan tertarik, gemar dengan sesuatu atau dengan seseorang. Okay.
So that was the wrap up. Did you enjoy your session today? Do you think that your mummies and your daddies can do this? Do you hear that? Mummies and daddies, do you hear that? Your kids say they believe in you. Right? Right? So tell your moms, tell your dads, this is part of Saranan Ibu Bapa. This is part of the parents helping the school do stuff for the kids to make school more enjoyable. Parents, you can do it. We will be here to help you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, teachers, headmasters, administrators, and our special guests, the kids of Cyberjaya, thank you for having us today. Good luck on your Saranan Ibu Bapa.
And guys, I just want to give you all another big hand. You guys have been such a great crowd, guys. Well done.